You could be good at Apex, but you're playing it all wrong. By the end of this video, you're going to know everything about playing like a pro, and I guarantee you there are things you've never heard before. You start Apex at the off spawn phase, and to win every single one, you need to gain the advantage of having more or better loot off spawn every single time. When you're flying down, you need to be looking for a gun. That is your top priority. Land on a gun. Don't be like the people who land at bins instead and wonder why the hell they got knocked already. And remember, you need to loot as fast as possible. Spam your keys and remember the fastest loot paths at your landing. This will give you less randomness in the game and increase your chances of winning off spawn every single time. But sometimes when you're off spawn, there's always multiple teams and you may get pinched. You need to quickly decide if you're going to engage first or third party. If you landed on a gun and you know others aren't ready yet and you're pinched, immediately go shoot the players next to you. Even getting one free kill will make your team have a way higher chance of being alive. And make sure to play with your weapon strengths. I see this all the time. Somebody will have a flatline, which has the worst hipfire now after the nerf, run close to me when I have a Mastiff and then get bodied. Then I see them leave immediately and their death box is on the floor. Bro, that's your fault. If you have a flatline, off spawn, play to its strength at range and beam. But there's one thing that gives you domination over the entire off spawn section of the game, and that's height. I don't care how many times I say it, height is the strongest thing in this game, especially off spawn. You control the fight. You control if you get beamed. People trying to come up to height are always at a disadvantage if they're climbing. This means more free beams. Even like Valk, when she's going up to you, she's at a disadvantage. She can't shoot and fly, and it's a predictable pattern. Horizons may cause you trouble because they can be more accurate on the lift, but you still have the advantage because you're more accurate on the ground. Now that you've learned everything and become an off-spawn god, you need to learn how to fight properly when you run into other players in the mid game. And it's really simple. You need to kill them while taking the least amount of damage possible. The best way to not take damage but to do more damage than them is either play your head glitch / covers, which everyone already knows, or simply shoot them when they aren't shooting you. Everyone knows cover, but getting angles will 100% let you shoot them without them shooting back at you. I do this all the time. An angle is basically getting to the side of your opponent, and it also makes it easier to aim at them when they're not looking at you, because when they strafe left and right on your screen, it's just coming back and forth to you. The reason this works is because when you get the side angle, they'll be trying to shoot your teammate and you'll still see them. If they switch up their cover, your teammates will then still have a chance to shoot at them because you guys are engaging at multiple angles. Most people in Apex don't even move from their cover, so you could even end up surrounding them and wiping the team clean. You can also bait out their shots so that they have to reload during fights. You have to be taking advantage of this. Get them to spray, and when they waste their bullets, just full rush them, because they can't shoot you without switching to their gun. And guess what? Unless they one clip you, you have two guns. They only have one. So this is gonna be the freest kill of your life. Abuse this all the time. Pros won't like that I've told you that secret, but I'm gonna expose some more things so that you never ever lose again. Take advantage of peeker's advantage. Basically, when you peek your opponent, they won't see you after some time because of how ping works. So if I'm on 50 and they're on 50 and I peek first, there's a whole 100 millisecond delay before it registers on their screen. It's the same thing where you're going back into cover and somehow you still get shot. That's because there were still 100 milliseconds where you were still there on their screen. So in reality, when you swing, you're at the advantage. But I would only recommend this at close range where you know where all the enemies are at a certain time. This can be really overpowered, so try to abuse this. But to kill people the most effectively, you need awareness. I can fix this for you in 15 seconds. All you have to do is actively look for and figure out where your opponent is and what they're doing. Yep, that's literally it, bro. You sound, call outs, keep track with the enemy with your eyes, whatever little thing you can to get as much information as possible. Because if you don't know what's going on, then how the fuck are you gonna react to anything? How are you gonna know what to do? Now that we have the mid game covered, we've got the end game. Before you get to the smaller zone, you need the best position on the map. This is so important because there is no rotation or building like Fortnite. So if you get caught lacking in a trash position and the other team is at least decent, you're dead. So how do you know the best position? By looking on the map where the height is or where the buildings are that are closest to the middle of the zone, or even just looking at where you want to avoid. Notice where teams are and stay away from the congested side and always push. And if you're going to push from the non towards the congested side. This way you win and you don't